Welcome to another episode of my lit review series. Today I have for you a Goose Creek collection. This is part of the Signature line and they're calling it Fall Moments. There are 10 total candles in this new release. One of those is a new fragrance, but I believe all but one of these, nope, two of them are not new to me. The others are, so I bought most of them. I did not pick up Brown Sugar Churros because I've already done that in a different label that came out recently. But I'm pretty sure I snagged everything else, y'all. And a couple of these, Cider and Sweaters, is also in a different label. So if you don't like this label, check out the other one. You have options. I believe I bought these during the 5 for $55 fall fragrance sale that they had recently. Let's open up. Get these crates out of here. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 10 in here. All right, I'm just going to pull from the box. The first one I got is the love of my life. So happy this one returned. Fall Garland. I bought this one. This was one of my first candles I ever bought from Goose Creek, and at first it was too overpowering for me and I didn't like it. I actually requested a return. I put it up on the shelf. I was going to give it away, and then I broke it back out. I was like, I'm going to give this another try. And then I really liked it. I fell in love with it, and of course by then it was sold out. Let's talk about the label. We've got some beautiful apples with some leaves and pine cones. It does actually look like a garland or a wreath. Brown label here at the bottom. Wrap around with a stainless steel lid. These all have the same lid. White wax, and these are the thinner, stiff, ropey wicks. Fall Garland is spiced apple, juicy pear, and balsam garland. Now, normally, not a huge fan of apple, but it works in this candle with that balsam and the pear. Oh, it's beautiful. I love this so much. It's juicy from the pear. You get a hint of warmth from the spiced apple, and then the balsam is just very sappy and sweet. Very woody and fruity. I love this one so much. I bought 2. And I am regretting not buying a third. So, unless the throw on this one is really bad, I love it so much. Cannot wait to break into that this season. Cider and Sweaters. Now this is the one that has the other label. I'll go ahead and put it up here in case you prefer that one. You can get it in either one. I liked this label better, so I purchased this one. You've got some cider in glasses sitting on like a flannel picnic blanket with some fruit and leaves. Very fall. Dark brown border on this one. Same wax, same wicks. And this is apple pastry, crumbled oats, and a mug of warm cider. Yeah, it's apple cider. I'm actually going to burn this and compare it to the Cider Lane from Bath & Body Works because I'm getting kind of some similar vibes. Warm, spicy, cinnamon. The apple is very subtle and the pastry note is very subtle. Just a hint of juiciness from the apple and then that pastry note. It's really pleasant on cold. One of the better apple fragrances that I've experienced on cold. Not always a fan of apple. Fall Festival. Love the pumpkins on this one with the orange border and the beautiful like fall lighting and fall trees. Not the best seam there. But you can't have it all, I guess. This is falling leaves, apple spice, ginger, warm cinnamon, and cedar. I don't know why, but I'm getting caramel. It might be the way the apple is playing with the ginger. Strange. Not what I was expecting at all. It also smells very light on cold. Yeah, this smells like caramel apple to me, like a deep, rich caramel. I'm not getting cedar or leaves at all on cold. I hope that evolves, because right now It's not what it looks like. Same wicks, same wax on that one. That one's bizarre. This is Autumn. Again, beautiful wraparound with some mountains, fall trees, brown border. Seam leaves a lot to be desired. Same lid, same wax, same wicks. This is apple, leaves, oats, caramel, and spice. This is nice. The cinnamon is a deep, almost barky cinnamon, but it's also warm. On cold, the apple is very subtle. The oats just adds this kind of like nutty, starchy vibe to it that kind of warms it up. And again, I don't feel like I'm getting that leaves note. I do like it. It's less spicy than the Cider and Sweaters. A little bit more warm. But not getting the leaves note I was expecting. Crunchy leaves. So you've got this kind of like lighter brown border, beautiful fall leaves on the ground. Good wraparound on that one. Same lid, same wax, same wicks. This is autumn leaves, bright citrus, and sweet cinnamon. The hubs will like this one. I'm not sure I like how the citrus is playing with whatever the leaves note is in this. The leaves actually feel very natural and real. Like this smells like not quite dried leaves, but like they've fallen and are starting to dry out. The citrus is a little bit too bright for me, a little bit sour. And then the sweet cinnamon is really nice. Warm, almost like a baked good note. My brain is also telling me that there's apple in here, but I don't think there is. I think I might just be imagining it because of the other scent notes that are in here. This one makes me curious. I think the hubs will like the citrus note in that one. Oh, what do I want to do here? Okay, trying to order these for myself. Caramel maple butter. Look at that picture, it makes me hungry. Brown border, stack of pancakes, maple syrup or maple butter there. Same lid, same wax, same wicks. This is warm caramel, maple butter, and vanilla cream. Yes. Hello. This is absolutely delicious. Now I have the maple butter candle. I do not have the caramel maple butter. This does not smell that different to me. You get just like this hint of what feels like a gooey, like soft caramel chew. But this is mostly melted butter on a pancake with maple syrup. If it's anything like maple butter, it will be a powerhouse. I will love it. Happy to have that one and giving it a try. Cozy and fabulous. This is the one I think I was most excited about. I love the label, the little husky on the front with this kind of beautiful blue-green color border. Foggy fall forest. Same lid, same wax, same wicks. This is warm cashmere, spiced patchouli, and gilded amber. Yep, this is right up my alley. That amber just adds like this hint of like resin or perfuminess. The cashmere is warm and soft. The spiced patchouli, it's a nice, earthy, warm patchouli, but that spice just adds, it almost feels like a hint of cinnamon in there and like spicy hot cinnamon. It's not strong. It's just enough to, I feel like, brighten patchouli up a little bit because patchouli can be kind of heavy and very grounding. And that spice note in here just kind of livens it up a bit. Yeah, a little bit perfumey, very earthy. I think this is going to warm well. Right now, it's smelling a little light on cold. We'll see. Sea salt caramel praline. Again, you've got some delicious caramelly, nutty goodness. It looks like there's almonds in that. With some salt, little chunks of salt on there. Same lid, same wax, same wicks. This is Praline Candy Caramel Drizzle Peanut Butter. and sea salt. See, now this one I actually get the peanut butter in. Finally, Goose Creek gives me a peanut butter fragrance. Yeah, this is really good. I feel like you get a hint of caramel in there. That's probably why they're calling it a drizzle. It's like a sweet, ooey gooey caramel, or like a hot fudge sundae caramel. The peanut butter actually smells more like raw peanuts to me than to peanut butter. It's not as creamy as some of the other peanut butter fragrances in Goose Creek candles. You get a sense of saltiness there. Praline candy. Yeah, this kind of just smells like you put caramel sundae syrup over salted peanuts. It's good. It's delicious. I don't know if I get praline. I bought this because I wanted to compare it to the praline candle that just came out as an online exclusive at Bath & Body Works, but I don't think they're going to compare. This is much more peanut scented, and I really like it. I'm enjoying it. Well done. At least on cold. We'll see how that turns out. And then the new one in this bunch, Marshmallow Candy Apple. So you've got delicious candy apples with marshmallows and nuts on them. Nice and fluffy. Love the green border on this one. Same lid, same wax, same wicks. And this is green apple, candied pear, and sweet marshmallows. Yum. Y'all, this is a pear candle. I was a little bit worried because I was afraid it was going to be too appley and too sour, tart. But I just get a really delicious sweet pear with some creaminess. Just a hint of that green apple in there adds some sharpness. Not at all what I was expecting. It does not smell what the label looks like. But I like it. Thought the hubs would like it. I think I'm going to like this one more. It reminds me a little bit of spring apple. That pear note that was in there from Bath & Body Works. So that one's delicious. Okay, let me put these in rank order for cold. This one's hard, y'all. There's a lot of good ones in this. Okay, so if I had to rank these on cold, in last place, I'm going to put Fall Festival. And that's just because for some reason I get caramel on this. Yeah, like caramel apple. It almost smells like the apple that's in Trick or Treat. And then I feel like I'm getting caramel. I want more of the leaves note. We'll see how that comes up on warm. It might change. In 8th place, I'm doing Crunchy Leaves. This one is the one with citrus. There's just something about it I don't like. Again, I think the hubs will like it. It's just not for me. I don't like the way the citrus is playing with the other notes in there. This is Autumn is next. I like this one. It just feels a lot like everything else that's out there. You know, apple with the spice, with the oats. Yeah, it kind of just smells like your classic fall bakery scent. It's delicious, but doesn't feel very unique. Next, I would do Marshmallow Candy Apple. I like this on cold, but I'm bumping it down because I don't think it smells like a candy apple at all. It's candy pear. I'm also craving more marshmallow. Hopefully that livens up a little bit on warm. It's good, but it doesn't compare to my top 5, which in 5th place, I'm doing Caramel Maple Butter. Love this one, but it doesn't feel original enough to me. It smells just like maple butter on cold. 4th, Cider Sweaters. Again, excellent cider fragrance, but also just feels like there's a lot of this type of thing out there in the fall season, the apple, spice, cider. Nothing too unique about that one on cold. I really like Sea Salt Caramel Praline. I don't think it's as advertised, but finally it's nice to smell something that smells like peanuts and salty and just gooey delicious. In 2nd place, I'm putting Cozy and Fabulous. This is definitely, to me, the most earthy one of the bunch. I love the patchouli that's in here, that spice note with the cashmere. Little worried about the perfuminess of the amber, but we'll see how that does on warm. And then there's no competition here for this one. Fall Garland is hands down number 1. I knew that before I even smelled the other ones. This is my favorite fall fragrance. This is Fall is another really good one, but this is the favorite. So I love this one so much. Can't wait to revisit this one and fire it back up and get y'all some insights of how this smells on warm. Speaking of firing these up, I'm going to go spend some time with these, hours with them, take some notes, take some burn footage, and come back right after the cut and share with you my impressions and how they've evolved, re-rank these based off of warm, and give you some insights into strength and throw and any quality issues I see. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I've spent hours upon hours with these candles. I am so excited to share with you my ranking. I'm going to start with my least favorite per usual and end with my favorite candle in this collection. Also, in case you're new here, I test all of my 3 wicks in the same space. I call it my laboratory. It is a converted single car garage that has been sealed off, no windows. The door has foam insulation around it so you can't get drafts. There's no air conditioner, no heater down there. It is a very closed off space, so that's just something to keep in mind when I share things like strength and throw. It could vary in your space depending on the size and air circulation, and also I'm finding humidity makes a big difference in how things stay in the air. All right, number 9. And do I want to say all these candles are awesome? Maybe. This one's just weird. I think honestly, if it weren't for this one, I would say this is a stellar collection. This is the one I just find to be really strange, but I know some of y'all really like it, so I'm hoping it will grow on me. And that is Fall Festival. First thing in my notes, odd one. I don't know what I'm smelling. I lit this up and I was convinced that this one was the one that had the citrus in it. It's not. This is not the one with citrus, but I swear I got orange in this candle. And what I'm thinking it might be is the ginger note that's in here reminds me a lot of the ginger note that is in the Bath & Body Works aromatherapy line that came out last winter. I think it was literally like orange and ginger. Whatever the ginger is in that smells like the same ginger that's in this. And either my brain was like, there's orange in here because it made that connection, or this literally smells like citrus. I don't know why it would. There's nothing in here that's citrusy other than maybe that apple spice could have some clove that makes me think of the like cloved oranges during like Thanksgiving, winter holidays. But yeah, this one's just kind of strange. I do get a little bit of apple. The orange smells almost like an OJ to me. It's kind of sweet and juicy. Again, there's no citrus note in here. I found it in terms of strength to be low, but aiming towards medium. I did not find it to be very strong at all. And then the throw was also elusive. So I felt like when I was standing right next to it, I couldn't smell it at all, like at all. But if I moved throughout the room, and especially it seemed like the further away I got, the stronger it smelled. So clearly it can throw, but it doesn't stay around the candle. And even then where it does throw, I didn't feel like it was really strong. I felt like I really had to kind of search for the fragrance, even where I located it. It burned okay. It looked nice. I don't have any issues to report with like wick fallout or, you know, high flames, dudding. So I think it might just be a lighter candle of the bunch. Cider Sweaters is number 8. Now this one, I really like it in terms of apple fragrances. I'm not always an apple fan, and I also feel like apple, cinnamon, granola, oats, pie, crumble, like there's 100 of these candles on the market. I wanted something to kind of wow me and be unique about it, and it just feels kind of like every other apple pie fragrance. With the exception of the oat note that's in here, it does end up reading a little bit more like apple granola. It is not Goose Creek's apple granola. I actually didn't like that one very much. This one I think is better than the apple granola. However, I did get a sense of what smelled like something a little bit burnt on warm. I don't know if it's the notes of like cider in here that smell that way, or if it's the pastry note they're using. The other elements were really good. I feel like I got like a buttery crumble. It was very like tart while also being sweet in terms of the apple. I got warm cinnamon. There's just something in here that felt a little off and a little burnt that made me not like it. Strength was good. Throw was a bit elusive. I'm happy to have this one. I don't think I would buy it again. I do like it. I might try lamping it and see if that helps with the burnt smell. Sometimes that makes it go away. Number 7 is Caramel Maple Butter. This is a phenomenal candle. The only reason I'm ranking it so high is this really kind of just smells like maple butter, which I have from Goose Creek and love, but I think I wanted something a little bit more unique, and I get the same maple butter pancake vibe from this candle as I do the maple butter candle. The difference is this one, surprisingly, is not as strong, which I would expect it to be because you've added warm caramel, and that's usually just a beast. But I'm wondering if the vanilla cream that's in here isn't weighing it down a little bit. Vanilla sometimes struggles to throw, and so I'm wondering if that's an issue with what's going on with this candle. I was expecting it to be stronger. Let me see. In my notes, I wrote down that it's medium, but leaning towards strong. The throw was good. It filled out the room, but I also wrote my notes, not a beast, which honestly, again, I was expecting it to be. I do feel like it's well balanced. You get kind of equal maple and caramel. They are distinguishable and they do smell good together. Overall, if you like maple fragrances, I think you'll really enjoy this. If you don't like maple, you will not like it. And if you like caramel and maple, I would say pick this up and give it a try. I'm definitely going to enjoy it. It feels like a fall morning candle to me. I would love to light this with a coffee candle. I think that would be delicious. Okay, number 6 is This Is Autumn. Now this one also has an oats note in it. I like this one better than the Cider and Sweaters, which has the crumbled oats in it. And that's because to me, this one has less apple. And as someone who doesn't love apple, I like this one better. But if you like apple more, get Cider and Sweaters. I think that'll be more your thing. This is delicious. It has a really warm, sugary note. The oat note feels like an oat crumble, similar to what's in the Cider and Sweaters, except for I did not get a burnt note in this one, which does make me think it's the pastry note that's in the other one. The apple just adds this like slight sweetness. It almost feels ambiguous. I don't get super strong apple. It feels complex. I remember when I was trying to figure out what am I smelling, I was like, this is beautiful, but I also feel like I can't really put my finger on what it is I'm getting from this candle. It had strength. It was strong in terms of whether or not I could smell it. It had good throw. And what was interesting is the leaves note that's in here. I feel like when I was close to it, it smelled almost just like an apple crumble, like a light apple crumbly, oaty candle. But further away, I got more of the leaves note, which just kind of smells like, it's almost like dried leaves that are also kind of damp. Yeah, it's just like this earthy element. It's really gorgeous. It's really pretty. I just wish it stayed closer with the other apple stuff close, because I feel like that one was really throwing and kind of disappearing. And I want that combination because that complexity is really beautiful. Highly recommend this one. And really we're getting into, I would say the last one too, the caramel maple. These are like, I would buy these again next season. So I really like that one. This one got bumped down, Cozy and Fabulous. I love this fragrance. I do. Don't get me wrong. The reason why I've moved it so far down from my cold impression is because it does read pretty cologne-y to me. I am sensitive to cologne fragrances. This doesn't go to like the level of a mahogany or like a Bath & Body Works teak wood. It's not even close, honestly, but it's just enough cologne-y that I was trying to decide, is this going to make me uncomfortable? And usually when I get to that point of questioning whether or not a candle is going to make me uncomfortable, it goes one of two ways. I continue to burn it and I nope out, or I continue to burn it, I get used to that cologne-y essence, and then I really love it and want to buy more. We'll see. And I probably won't find out until the end of September when I do my empties video in October, because I don't plan on burning this one right now. However, let me tell you a little bit more about what I get on this. First and foremost, I get that spiced patchouli. The patchouli is very strong. It reminds me of the same patchouli that is in Patchouli Leaves on Warm. However, I take that and add like some cinnamon bark to it, and that's what I'm reading with the spiced patchouli. It's very woody. It's very outdoorsy. It feels very dark and fall. This is vibing with like a Halloween sort of feeling. It's very masculine to me, again, because it does read a little bit cologne-y. It left me wanting more of the cashmere note that's in here. I wanted something to kind of soften it up and make it feel more comforting, and instead it just feels kind of strong and woody and masculine, which if that's your thing, you want this. But I really wanted more warm creaminess either from the spice or from the cashmere, and it just didn't deliver. It felt a bit imbalanced to me, which is another reason why I marked it down. In terms of strength, this is a strong one. In terms of throw, I call it a creeper, which means it was coming out from the garage. The garage is actually right here. It comes out into the open space concept, and this one was starting to creep up the next half flight of stairs into the hallway where my bathroom and bedroom / office are. So it has amazing throw, but I will say that what throws is that cologne patchouli note. The warm cashmere stays closer to the candle. So if you want more warm cashmere, plan on this being a desk candle. If you want that more masculine patchouli cologne vibe, put it somewhere further away and let it fill your open concept space, and you'll get that more masculine feel. So this one's a little bit weird. Definitely complex, but a little bit imbalanced. So I marked it down. I still like it. I probably would still buy it next year. It's just, I think I'm figuring it out. Now, number 4, I gotta say, is an absolutely amazing candle, and I feel bad putting it in 4th, but honestly, the top 3 are just so phenomenal. This one has to be 4, and that is the new fragrance, Marshmallow Candy Apple. Why do I love this? Because it doesn't smell like apple to me. I love this because this smells like apple the same way that Spring Apple from Bath & Body Works smelled like apple, i.e. it smells like pear. Now this does have a pear note, so did Spring Apple from Bath & Body Works, but the name makes me think it would be more apple heavy. But to me, this is a delicious pear candle. You get the ooey gooey marshmallow that I'm craving. It's not super strong, but it's there, and it just adds kind of like this sweetness and creaminess and what feels almost like a fluffiness to the fragrance. And then that caramel is much more subtle than what I would expect. You know, I see a picture like this and I think I'm going to get the Candy Apple fragrance, which is just really tart and really caramelly. This is not. It's very subtle. It's sweet. It just complements the marshmallow. It makes everything smell a little bit toasty and warm and delicious. I really, really like this. I'll also add that the way the caramel and the marshmallow combine, to me, ends up making this smell a little bit buttery. Also, it smells just like if you're making Rice Krispie treats and you've got the butter melting in the pan and then you add the marshmallows and they start to break down from the heat and blend with the butter. That's what this smells like to me. So you have this beautiful fruity pear note with this ooey gooey marshmallow with kind of like a brown butter burnt sugar note that is edible and gourmandy and fabulous. It's so good. I love this. It's delicious. This will be a repurchase for me. It's medium strength. I was expecting it to be a little bit stronger given the caramel. However, given that pear tends to be a light fragrance, marshmallow tends to be somewhat light, this does pretty good. Throw was good, but felt a little bit elusive. I felt like it was stronger further away. Had a little bit of trouble smelling it when I was close to it. Either that, then I went nose blind to it. But regardless, I would still rebuy this because it's amazing. So if you like pear and you like ooey gooey edible marshmallow, you need that candle. Number 3 is the absolutely delicious on warm crunchy leaves. Now this one, and now I'm starting to wonder, did these get like incorrectly labeled? I don't know, because I swear I get apple in this one and it's autumn leaves, bright citrus, and cinnamon. Whereas I feel like this one, which doesn't have the orange, smelled like orange. This, I did not get citrus from this at all. Yeah, this reads like apple to me. It smells like an apple fragrance. I don't know. It's good. I don't care. I like it. I don't really get much citrus from here. This reads more appley on warm. I get a sense of like a dried wreath with like apples or some sort of like dried orange. Almost like a bag of potpourri that has fall fragrance to it. Almost like a Michael's craft store sort of vibe. So you get this beautiful kind of earthy, dry note with a really fruity, juicy that reads like apple to me, but I guess you could argue with citrus. It's really beautiful on warm. I feel like it came to life. Medium to strong. I think it had good throw as well. Also, when this was lit, absolutely beautiful, glowing. I cannot wait until this candle gets lower down into the jar and I can have that glow with the leaves as decor in my background. It's a little bit earthy without being woody or cologne-y. It's also kind of like a fruity potpourri. And this does remind me a little bit, it's not a dupe, but it does remind me a little bit of Yankees Autumn Leaves, with the difference being I can smell this one. Like this one, highly recommend it, and it will be a repurchase for me. Number 2, can I just say, finally, sea salt caramel and praline. The note in this is peanut butter, but y'all, this is straight up salted peanut. I love this so much. First of all, medium strength and good throw. Could it be stronger? Yes, I would take more, but is it good? Yes, it's a solid performer. I would say medium leading towards strong. Filled the space, and really what I get with this is a salty peanut note with a hint of caramel. This reminds me exactly of what it is like to eat a box of Cracker Jack, the like caramel corn mixed with the peanuts, and you eat the peanut, and those are always like the Spanish red-skinned peanuts, and you get the saltiness and you get some of the sweetness from the caramel corn. It smells how that smells in the box and in your mouth when you're eating it. This is the closest thing I've gotten to a salted peanut fragrance. The only difference is it has the caramel note in it, which is beautiful. It adds this nice gourmandy, sweet, edible vibe to it that is just really enjoyable. I thought this might compare to Praline Delight from Bath & Body Works. It absolutely does not. This to me is a salted peanut with caramel corn fragrance. Praline Delight is the inside of a pecan pie. So if you were looking for a dupe, this is not it. And I think I like them equally. I don't know that I could say I like one better. They just don't even feel comparable because this one smells so much like salted peanut. So happy to have a peanut candle. Even though it says peanut butter, it's peanut and I love it. That will be a repurchase. That'll be a repurchase before the season is over for me. And Fall Garland, which I already bought 2 of, is number 1, which should not surprise any of you. Although what might surprise you is that this does have apple in it, and yet I still love it, and I think that's because that pear note is delicious with it, and the garland note is so pretty. This is such a beautiful, like, late October, early November fragrance. You get the apple, which makes you feel like you're in an apple orchard, or the pear, which pear is actually coming into season, I think, right now. But you get this like beautiful apple pear combination, and then you get this pine fragrance. And the pine in this reminds me a little bit of the pine that was in Bath & Body Works Lavender and Pine. It's that kind of like high-pitched, sharp, but also kind of sappy, sweet pine. And it's really well balanced with the juicy sweetness of both the pear and the apple. All of this is well balanced. Those 3 fragrances really play nice together. I love this one. I will always love this one. I will always buy at least 2. Medium strength to strong. It is powerful. When I first started shopping Goose Creek, I thought it was too strong. Now I'm like, oh yeah, I like this, and you could give me more and I would be okay with it. Good throw. It filled the space. Not a creeper though. It did not come out of the room. It didn't start to go up the stairs. I would describe this as woody, fruity, perfect fall candle, earthy. This is fall in a jar. Highly recommend this. Can't recommend this enough. This is one of my favorite candles of all time from Goose Creek in the last year that I've been shopping. So get this one. You need it in your cart. All right, tell me in the comments below, which one are you most interested in? Maybe give me like a top 3. Have you already bought these? Do you have anything you want to share about strength and throw, the scent combinations you're picking up on these? Even if they contradict mine, I would love to see those in the comments below. It helps give my other viewers insights and more complexity around what these candles might be like in their home. If you appreciated this video, a thumbs up always makes me feel good. And if you aren't already, make sure you're subscribed because I got a lot more awesome content coming down the channel pipeline. Tomorrow is a Bath & Body Works Saturday ritual haul. Sunday, I'm going to be launching my Goose Creek Halloween collection or collections. If you haven't voted in my poll yet, make sure you do that before you take off to your next video. That's on my channel page. Click on posts and you will see my poll on whether or not you want me to do 2 collections in one video or 1 collection Sunday and 1 collection on Monday. And I'd love to have your input. All right, y'all, I will see you tomorrow in my Saturday ritual haul. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.